Rhetorical devices are literary devices that help us persuade. Number 1 is erotesis, also known as rhetorical question. Erotesis is a question that puts emphasis on the point you're trying to make. It does not need or expect an answer. Number 2, anaphora. Anaphora is repetition of the first part of a sentence or phrase. For example, in his I Have a Dream speech, Martin Luther King Jr. repeats, I have a dream, at the beginning of certain sentences. Number 3 is polysyndeton, and you'll want to remember that poly means many. Polysyndeton is the repeated use of a coordinating conjunction. A coordinating conjunction is remembered through the word fanboys. They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So you'll notice in this example, the word and is repeated multiple times, creating polysyndeton. 4 is asyndeton. Asyndeton is the opposite of polysyndeton. It's purposely eliminating and removing conjunctions. Take a second to look at the difference between when you would use polysyndeton versus asyndeton. Polysyndeton would be used to emphasize how many or how often something happens. So for example, in this sentence, and is repeated over and over again. Money and power and segregation and sarcasm and big houses and schools and lawns. And it puts the emphasis on that conjunction that you're using to show how many or how often. The opposite of that would be asyndeton, which puts the emphasis on the ideas, arguments, or content that you want to emphasize. So for in this example, this is the villain among you who deceived you, who cheated you, who meant to betray you. The emphasis is instead put on deceived, cheated, and betrayed. Number 5 is antithesis, and you'll want to remember that anti means opposed or against. Antithesis is the balancing of two opposite ideas together in a sentence. So for example, Charles Dickens in the opening of A Tale of Two Cities says it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and he balances best and worst. And number 6 is anecdote. An anecdote is a brief story that you would share to add personal knowledge or experience to the topic.